Okay, so hello, this is a test. I don't know if this is ever gonna go on YouTube or not, but it's an experiment. And my partner, oh look, you don't know if you can. Okay, you can see my phone, you can see how I record here. My partner asked me this question. She said, well, I don't know exactly what she said, but what I wrote down is what does the future hold for COVID 19? Basically, what's up? What's up with the COVID? So I'm breaking in some new cards today, and we will start. Well, this one isn't a new card. This is the first one I pulled, and basically, what you're gonna see is some really an interesting way the cards work. Sometimes I used all different decks. I shuffled them all. I do know what's under them because I did peek because they're new cards and I needed to do some research on some of them, and I don't have a lot of time to do that while I'm filming. And this is a big question, so I used some brand new cards. Like I said, I've set them apart. I've blessed them. I've done the woo-woo stuff that you're supposed to do. And the first one that I pulled is from, we'll talk about what decks they are. If I ever publish this, I'll put it in the description of the video. So we asked, what's up with the COVID, man? Today is Monday, June 8th, 2020. It feels like everything's pretty much opening back up, but the numbers still keep rising. People are there's a bunch of unrest in the streets, and I do believe that Black Lives Matter, and I'm not going to apologize for it. In fact, I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that we can reflect that in our society in the years to come. So the first card that I picked up, you may have already read it. My greatest lesson is to learn about the power of love. And I'm going to show this camera because who knows, maybe we'll be playing with editing and stuff. Now on the other side of this card, it says, love is the energy from which all people and things are made. You are connected to everything in your world through love. Right there, there's that card right there. That was the first card I picked. That's a guy named Weiss, Dr. Weiss. He's a psychiatrist. He made these cards, and that was the first card I picked. So the next card I picked was from a new deck called my Camelot Oracle, and I'm really excited about it. And I picked this card. Now there's several different ways to say her name. I say Igraine because my kids are named after Greek names and you pronounce the vowels. So Igraine, she's also known as Igraine and Igraine, and at any rate, it doesn't really matter. She represents basically a wake-up call. So what's going on with this COVID? We have love. We're supposed to learn about love. And at that point, I was like, okay, Dr. Psychiatrist, we got to learn about love. Great. So then we pulled this oracle card that I was really excited about. And if you don't know who she is, I'm going to tell you. She is the mother to King Arthur. The King Arthur that she had to give up to Merlin when he was a little kid. And she is a very wise woman. She represents mother, and she also represents wisdom, faithfulness, and deep mystery and ancient wisdom. So what's up with the COVID? When you have these kinds of cards, it says you're going to have to meditate on that because this is not meant for you until you're ready. So in your meditation, if you choose to meditate with the cards today, you will meet Igraine on the cliffs of the restless sea of Cornwall. Walk with her and listen to her wisdom. She is deep and has insight into more than one realm. Listen to her advice. She can be pointed. So I got that from, you can tell I'm reading. I got that from, let me show this camera the card. I got what I just read actually from the book that came with this Camelot Oracle deck. So here we'll put her right here. We're gonna put this card right here. The next deck I pulled from happened to be a romance deck, so we know it's gonna be about love. But I was thinking about romance in the time of COVID. You know, that sounds like it could be a good little novelette. So this is the card I pulled. You deserve love. You are lovable. Now I will say these are romance cards, and there's a lot of to be said about romance in these cards. This one did not have anything to do with getting married or getting engaged. It just says you deserve it. So what is this COVID all about? We're supposed to be learning about love, and we're supposed to be learning about how we ourselves deserve love. All right. So we have another love card, and that's not what I wanted to hear, because I talk about love all the time, and I think about love all the time, and I love love, and I'm in love, and I'm in love all the time, and I really love my life, and I love my family, and I love so much of what's going on, and I can get really down. And I wanted to hear more about, like, what's up? Are people gonna, are we gonna, like, is it gonna disappear? Is it really not as big a deal as we thought? Are we gonna start losing loved ones? You know, those are the kinds of questions I was thinking when I asked this big wide open question, and all we have are these love cards. So I pulled a biblical card. These character clues card, they came from some Bible game. I meant to say game. They came from some Bible game that that we only had a part of, and it was these cards. And this is what this card says. It says love versus selfishness. So there are lots of definitions to the word love, and we know that um, this is one of them, the opposite of selfishness. Giving to others basic needs without having my motive personal reward. Oh, without having as my motive personal reward. So giving, um, you know, the story of the widow's mite. You know that story where everybody's paying tithe, and there's these guys, and they're like, oh man, I pay so much tithe, you don't even know, just bragging and bragging. And they're like, I know I'm going to heaven. And then the widow comes up, and she hobbles up, and she puts her one little penny that she has, that was her pension or whatever, the last little crumb of money she had, and she gives it, and she doesn't brag about it. That's the story of the widow's mite. She is way closer to heaven than the rich guy that gave a lot. And the scripture they have here is 1 Corinthians 13:3. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. And we know that charity is another way to say the love of God. Also, charity, I think of, is kind of a synonym for the agape love, or the love of God for you, and the love that you have for God. And I also put namaste in that thought there. So we have all these cards about love, and I was setting up, and I was, cleaning off my table, and I'm doing a test. So I'm setting up these cameras and trying to get enough light on the subject. And I decide I'm going to shuffle my favorite deck, and I am going to pull one more card. And without even having to pull a card, it popped out of the deck, and you'll never guess. The lovers, la 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 la. The lovers. So we've talked about all kinds of love here. We've talked about being lovable. We've talked about the love of a mother and a wise partner. We talked about loving yourself and realizing that you deserve love, which I do feel like is a way to learn to love yourself, is realizing that you deserve love. We talked about love connecting us all, and we talked about the love of God. We did I already say that? We talked about all different kinds of love, and then I said, let me pull one more card, and it is the Lover's card, which is a whole another packet of different variations on love. It could be many different things, but I think we all know what we feel like is the most important part of the lover's card. And I don't know, I guess it's all of it. So, what's the deal with the COVID? Oh, I'm afraid you can't see that. I'm going to cover up this one. So, what's the deal with the COVID? What's up? What's up is we're all learning about love. Every single one of us. We're learning about love. I don't know how to say it any differently. I mean, I have a list of words over here. I'm not going to go find them. A list of words that all mean love, charity, agape, um, you know, I mean, just it just goes on and on and on. But what these cards are telling us today about what's up, what are we supposed to be doing, what's up with the COVID, giving, giving without wanting anything in return. We don't even want gratitude in return. I find myself wanting a thank you. I've even been grumpy about it. Well, I wish they would say thank you. The least they could do is say thank you. No, giving without wanting or needing anything in return. Learning that we deserve love, learning that we are lovable. Let's see that card up close again. Love yourself. I'm a big advocate of like truly going through the act of taking yourself out on a date, buying yourself flowers, making yourself a special meal, taking a long hot bath. I really believe in courting yourself as you would a lover. And there's that lover's card again. And I'm going to read one more time. Love is the energy from which all people and things are made. You are connected to everything in your world through love. My greatest lesson is to learn about the power of love. So there you go, ladies and gents. The answer to what the F is up with the COVID-19, what the heck is going on, and what HE double toothpick are we going to see next? Love can be painful. We all know that. We know it stinks too. But it's where we're supposed to be and what we're supposed to be loving. And it's what we're supposed to be learning. And I guess, in closing, I have to say it. I love you. Thanks for being here. Bye.